Hey there, Eartha here, and in this video I just wanted to share a little backstory about how we ended up here in Hawaii. We are from San Diego, and it was not an easy journey to get here, but there's a lot of, I guess, steps in the story as to why we moved here, how we got here. So years ago, probably I think it's going on 3 years now. So, but I'm gonna say at least 4 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, actually. I was going through a very rough time in my life because I had been laid off from my job, and after I was laid off, things became a struggle. My spouse still had a job, and it wasn't, the best job, high paying job, not at all. And my job was not a very high paying job, but I had been working at the company going on 3 years. And I've always worked for like web marketing agencies. So that's the type of job that I had. And so I was just cruising along, thinking, company's doing well, everything is going great. And then the owner decided to sell the company, and me just being naive, I'm thinking, oh, we'll still be fine, everyone will keep their jobs. But after about a year after the company was sold, they brought everyone, I'll say the web team that I was on, brought us into the conference room and proceeded to lay us off, told us that we had to go, pretty much. And so it was so devastating to me because I've never been laid off from a job before, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So of course I immediately start applying for other similar jobs, and it was just a struggle. So what I ended up doing is I just took a retail job. I had to do something. I had to bring in some income. And so I did a retail job, which was, if you've never worked retail, it's something. I'll just put it that way. I was on my feet all the time. I'm an introvert, so I'm dealing with customers day in and day out. And it was just energy draining, and it's not something I would want to do again. But I did it, and at the same time that I was doing that, I was actually, just like and from this channel, if you've been a subscriber, I've always got something online, making some kind of income. And so I was developing a blog at the time, and I was just writing, and it suddenly, one of the articles that I wrote just blew up. Like, I must have just hit this wave of the product that I was writing about had just got popular, and it was a software company, and I was an affiliate. And once that article took off, it was like, whoa. So that was amazing, and I was generating income from that blog post, and then subsequently from YouTube videos that I was creating as well. So I ended up quitting the retail job so I could focus on the internet stuff, and I did that for a while. But eventually things began to get rough again in terms of the income, and what really catapulted us into moving was we were living in a one-bedroom apartment, and these new neighbors moved in below us, and the apartment complex was old. You could hear everything, all the noise from the neighbors. If they were talking, you could hear it. If they came in and out of the apartment, you could hear it. So it was just noisy. And so we're living upstairs. These new neighbors move in downstairs, and they start complaining about us. They're complaining about us walking in our apartment. They even complain about hearing our cats like cats, literally, like they don't make any noise, but they could make all the noise they wanted to. They would slam their front door every day. Every time they left, they would slam it. One evening, or it was early morning, our cats were ready to eat, and so cats get the zoomies. So apparently they could hear this, and so they start hitting the ceiling with something like bang, bang, bang. So we finally we went to the apartment manager, and we told them what was going on, and all that this person said was, oh, the apartments are old, you're going to hear everything, right? We already know that. And so we confronted the neighbors, and they're like, yeah, we can hear this, that, and the other. And so all of a sudden done, we just became frustrated. We said, you know what, we got to move. It's been time to move. And so we were just wanting to move into another apartment in the area. Well, what we didn't know was that rent in San Diego had increased significantly. Like, oh my gosh, it was so high. And then, every complex we went to, they're like, you have to make, I don't know if it's 3 times the rent or something like that. And it was just ridiculous. And so we really wanted out, and we just didn't have the means to move into another a different apartment complex right away. So we got to thinking, and we said, well, let's do something different. Why don't we do the RV life, the RV thing? And I tell you, when the universe is trying to teach you a lesson, sometimes it will kick you in the junk. I really think that. So just so you can get the lesson. So we decided to do the RV thing, and we shop around for a used RV, and that's what we did. We bought an RV, and we moved all of our stuff out of the apartment. We put it into storage, and we moved into this RV. And I'm thinking, it'll be fun. We can park at the beach and wake up by the water and so on, so forth and so on. But it was nothing like that. And thankfully, my parents let us live in the RV in their driveway, until we figured out what we were going to do. And it was just really tough because I was still doing the online thing. My spouse was working. And so we didn't have the time to actually drive the RV anywhere. It was expensive to, go to an RV campsite. Those were like renting a hotel room. That's how much it is a night. And then there was, for me, I hated it. My spouse didn't mind the RV, but I hated it. I hated the tiny bathroom. I hated going to take the RV to dump the waste and fill it up with water. And it was just a hassle. I just was so frustrated because I was already in a rut from losing my job, working retail, trying to make income on the internet. So I was just in a really low point in my life. And so one day I was just so fed up, and my spouse could see it. And so what we did was, I said, if we could move anywhere, it would be Oahu, because we had been talking about it for years. We just wanted to move to Hawaii. And so my spouse got a piece of paper and literally just started writing steps. Like, step 1, we'd have to get jobs there. Step 2, we'd have to sell the RV. And so on and so on and so on, right? And even though the steps were written down, I still had this doubt in my mind, like, this is not gonna work. How is this possible? But at the same time, it was giving me hope, because I just couldn't do this anymore with living in the RV and just struggling financially. And so I said, okay, we're gonna figure this out. As soon as we made the steps, and it was like we're checking it off as we go along, I'm telling you, I believe in manifestation, and attracting what you want, being on that vibration and all of that. But when we did that, things just started happening. Things started moving. Like, I don't know. It's like the universe, like we took action and the universe took action right along with us. And so we both found jobs. We couldn't sell the RV, but we ended up like doing, it's kind of like renting it out like an Airbnb before RVs. And then, you know, we had the process with we have a cat, and so we had to do this process because bringing animals onto the island, there's certain things that you have to do. We did all of that, and what it seemed like impossible, I mean, we were financially struggling, but somehow we ended up moving to Hawaii, and it's just been incredible. Like, all I can say is when you take the leap, the universe will do its part. And we're not done. Like, I don't think this is like our final destination. We definitely want to travel, maybe move elsewhere eventually. But for now, I mean, just like a total shift from where I was, this low point in my life, to now feeling like just so grateful and appreciative that life has changed for the better because of taking action and just having a little faith that things would work out. And when I say a little faith, I had a little faith, but after this whole experience, now I know, and I'm confident and feel confident that when there's something that we want to accomplish, we absolutely can. And that's the message I kind of want to put out in this video, is that, you know, however you need to do it when you're trying to reach a dream or reach a goal, if it's writing the steps down on paper, then do it. Just take small actions and just believe that it's possible. Because when I look back to where we were, it just seemed impossible to go from living in the RV to moving to Hawaii. But it happened, and it just amazes me every single day. So that's just my backstory. I've never shared my backstory like that on my channel, and I just hope it brings some inspiration if you are, you know, at a low point in your life where you're just trying to achieve something. Just know it's possible. And I do recommend writing the steps, like exactly what you need to do, step 1, step 2, step 3, because that is exactly what we did. And as soon as we did that and we actually started taking the steps, things were happening like this. I mean, literally, like we were planning to move, but we didn't think it would happen as fast as it did. And even as we were doing these things, yes, we had obstacles that happened, but instead of looking at it like, oh no, that's gonna hinder us, it wasn't like that. The mindset for me was, we just have to do what we have to do, and then things just kept working out for us. So yeah, when you move, the universe moves with you, and it's just amazing. So yeah, and I'm still, you know, I always still have something going on online. Definitely still doing that, and I'm going the route of, like, I call it the quiet path to digital income, because I'm just done with promoting other people's stuff and just, you know, being on social media all the time, and my energy is drained. Like, creating this video now is actually fun. Like, I'm not feeling any pressure. I'm not feeling the need to create content constantly. I created this video because it was on my heart to do so. I felt like it, and I did it. And hopefully, you know, you'll enjoy the message as well. So until the next video, I don't know what the topic will be. I think I'll be just as surprised as you, whatever the next topic will be. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I try to reply as soon as possible. And thank you so much for watching. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. I recently deleted all the videos on this channel, and I'm just kind of starting fresh and figuring things out. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.